bitten by the ants. Normally not an issue, brush them off, it's fine. But this particular time, an ant had gone into his ear, in between his paws, and he was really suffering. Even when I brushed them off and we got him back up to the apartment, he was really suffering and he was actually in a lot of discomfort. But every time I tried to get them off, because they were between his paws and because it was in his ear, he was really protesting. You know, he was yelping, not happy about it, didn't want me to touch his paws. Now, a little bit of a backstory here as well is that all of my dogs are rescue dogs, but Porthos was found in a heavy industrial car park. And when we got him, his paws were all patchy because of fuel, oil and chemicals that were in the car park. So he was never a big fan of people touching his paws anyway, and now he's got ants in there and he's fighting to stop me from getting in there. So eventually I just had to do the right thing, effectively. I just had to force him to let me do it. So I cleaned in between his paws. I then took the opportunity to clip his nails, and then I cleaned in his ears. Now this meant that he was now comfortable. But because he didn't want to do the thing that he perceived as incredibly uncomfortable, because he didn't want me to go in between his paws and clean out his ears, he was really protesting. Nothing I was doing was getting him to understand that I was just trying to help. That what was having to be done was going to improve the way he feels after it had been done. Now, a lot of you guys listening might be parents and you will completely relate to this. Or you might be dog owners as well and you'll also relate to it. But kids are massively the same. You'll ask them to do something. Good example is go to bed. If you don't, you're going to get really tired in the morning. And they argue and they go against it. But you know that that is the best thing for them, so that they are not going to be absolutely shattered the next day. We all understand this. Most adults understand it. But why do we do it to ourselves? You know that if you eat crap, you will feel crap. You will put on weight. You will not be as healthy. You will not be as fit. You will die younger. You will probably get some kind of disease if you neglect your health. You know that if you are completely sedentary and you do nothing and you do no exercise, you don't even try, and you might be saying to yourself, oh, but exercise is too much work, it's too painful, it's too much effort to eat healthy, it's too much effort to make sure I'm getting enough sleep. I've got work. You don't understand what it's like in the real life. This is the same as a child not wanting to go to bed. This is the same as the puppy not wanting me to clean the ants off of him. You know that what happens after you do the work will be massively beneficial to you. Yet, you continue to hurt yourself. You continue to make a choice that really is not the best thing for you and is not the best thing for your loved ones. You know that if your child does not go to bed, they're not only going to be tired and feel crappy the next day, but you're going to have to put up with them being cranky, with the continual moaning and crying. You don't want that, so you ensure that they go to bed. Yet, you also know that when you neglect yourself, you're not going to be feeling great, and you're going to be cranky, and you're not going to have a lot of patience, and you're not going to be very positive, you're going to have a negative mindset. Yet, because that's uncomfortable, you don't do it. Now, this is not just related to your health. It's related to everything. I'm sure you can think of many examples. You could be a leader in your workplace. You could be a boss. And you know that you've got to do something for a certain project. Yet, some of the guys working on the shop floor, some of the people working in the office may be arguing against it, saying, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But that's because you, as the boss, as the manager, have a vision and you are looking at the big picture. And people are complaining about the small tasks they've got to do without realising the big picture. Again, this relates to yourself and your own life. It could be anything. It could be, oh, I don't see why I need to put in so much effort with my partner. Well, because in the long run you're going to be much happier for it. I don't see why I need to not go out with my friends on a Wednesday night and go drinking instead of going to the gym. Yeah, because it's a little bit painful and you think, oh, screw that. Well, because if you continuously do that, you are hurting yourself and you will end up having health issues, getting sick, dying younger, not being there for your family when they need you. It's not blowing it out of proportion, guys. It's the same thing as the little guy down there who wouldn't let me take the ants off of his paws and out of his ears. He didn't understand the importance of getting those things out of there. He didn't understand how much better it would feel not having an ant bite his inner ear in between his toes. But when it was removed, he felt awesome. And this is the same as although you might be thinking to yourself, I don't want to focus on what I'm eating. I don't want to sacrifice meeting up and getting drunk on a Wednesday night or a Tuesday night. I don't want to sacrifice my sitting in front of Netflix for 4 hours just to go to the gym or go to the dragon boat or go to the mountain bike course or anything else that you want to do for your fitness because it's uncomfortable. And by not doing that, you are hurting yourself. You are that puppy with ants in your ear refusing to let somebody remove them. So guys, do not be the puppy with ants in your ear and not letting people clean them out. Do not hurt yourself when you know there's things that you should be doing to improve your life, to improve the lives of those around you. And do not hesitate to reach out to people and find out more information and ask the difficult questions. Because not doing that is another one the exact same. I don't want to ask questions, I might get embarrassed. I'm too manly, I don't want to ask this other person questions. I should know. Screw that. Stop hurting yourself, start making moves towards improving yourself. Now before I go, I'm just going to say one more thing. I've been talking about this on a strictly health basis, but as you know, through the Noble Code and through the Noble Life, we have the 4 pillars. That is your physical, what I was just talking about. This is your psychological, which is very closely connected. Then we've got your personal and your practical. Where across your working life, your practical life, your personal life with friends, family, relationships, spouses, and your physical self, and indeed in your mental self, are you hurting yourself because you're too afraid or maybe not seeing how much more positive things can be when you put the work in? And with that, guys, I'm going to leave it there. But as always, if you have any questions, simply reach out to me. If you want to see more coaching sessions like this and make sure you don't miss any of these, join our group on Facebook. And if you're interested in making great strides within your own health and lifestyle, consider joining Noble Life and making a real difference to yourself and the ones that you love by clicking the link in this post. Have a great day, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.